Hey, how's it going? It's Martin. So today I want to talk a little bit about a couple of key tips on how to get amazing actor headshots no matter what you spend, okay? Now obviously it's really important to hire the right photographer and pay a little bit of money so that they have the right lens and all of that. But let's just assume that you're not worried about the technical details and that we're focusing on getting the right expression and getting the right overall look for the shots. Because in most cases, if you hire a photographer who has any sort of professional lens and professional camera, if you yourself understand the basics of what goes into a great headshot, then you can actually get a headshot that can definitely work. I mean, chances are it won't be as good as if both you and the photographer know everything about headshots, but at least you can save yourself money if you're, on a very tight budget. Okay, so here are my 5 tips on how to get amazing actor headshots no matter who shoots your photos. Tip 1, wear what you love to wear as long as it doesn't break a few rules, okay? Basically, if you wear something that you're not comfortable wearing, or you think that you need to play a specific look and it's not something that naturally fits you, you're gonna be a little bit more comfortable and more self-conscious when you're getting photos taken, and that's gonna show up in your expression and just the overall energy of the shot. So you definitely should wear colors that you love to wear, you should wear styles of clothing that you love to wear, and you should basically just bring in things that you already own, rather than buying brand new clothing that you might not be comfortable in. Just make sure that these couple of rules are met. 1, the clothing should fit you properly. It shouldn't be super baggy or too tight. 2, you shouldn't have very distracting patterns on it. And the patterns, by being distracting, I mean, you don't want something that's say black and white stripes, or something that's like a harsh, intense contrast in a pattern, okay? 3, no logos or anything that really draws attention to itself. 4, no extremely bright and distracting colors, so don't wear a bright yellow or strong red color if it's going to be drawing attention away from your face. Generally, keep your colors just a little bit more muted if you can. Unless we're going for a pop of color, let's say that you shoot a headshot close in and you see the tips of your shoulders. If you're doing a white background, then you could wear a red or blue or something, because that pop of color catches the eye and makes your image stand out. The final thing would just be to make sure that the clothing that you're wearing isn't too pale. So that means you don't want to wear just say a light blue shirt like this. You see how it almost looks like white here because it's too bright, or just a white shirt. If you are going to wear a pale color, make sure to have a jacket or other layer over it that's dark. Especially if you're shooting outside, sometimes the light from the sky can come down and make certain colors wash out and they look a little bit too bright. So those are some of the key tips. I'm sure that I've left out a few things that I'm not really thinking of right now, but you can definitely check out the website cityheadshots.com and then click where it says tips and info on the menu. And there's some great articles there. One of them is specifically about what clothing to wear for headshots. You're going to hit on all kinds of really good details there that I don't really have time to go into through this video. The next thing that we're going to talk about is giving yourself some time to get into the mood and taking things lightly. No matter who you shoot with, you need to be in a good mood in order to get good headshots. Even if you're going for darker and intense character shots, if you're just feeling down or you're feeling nervous or worried or self-conscious, it's going to show in the pictures. That's the reason, like I said before, that you want to wear something that you're comfortable in. If you're wearing stuff that you're not comfortable in, you're going to feel uncomfortable and you won't be able to get a genuine happy smile, or you won't be able to get a genuine intense dark shot. You'll just kind of look worried or nervous in the photos, and casting directors and agents can easily pick up on that. You want to look like you're confident and you know what you're doing and you feel completely okay with yourself as who you are and you're not self-conscious. As a filmmaker, we don't want to hire actors who are too self-conscious because they're just going to be more difficult to work with. Or even if that's not true, that's what we're going to assume. Next thing that goes kind of along the lines of, giving yourself time to warm up to camera is just having fun. If you're laughing the whole time and joking around during the shoot and the photographer and you take everything very lightly, it's going to be much easier to get those good expressions. Whereas if you're very serious the whole time and you're trying to hone in on one specific look and you're worried that you're not getting it, that's going to show in your shots. So just laugh and have fun and go crazy for it, Just don't think about it too much. And then once it is time to really hone in on a very specific expression, you'll be so relaxed on camera from having joked around before that it'll be easier to get that. If you start your headshot session and you're all like intense and taking things super seriously from the beginning, it's going to be impossible for you to relax and get anything that's good. Next is to not try new things, okay? I know that this is like exactly the opposite of what I'm always advising people when I coach them, try new things, experiment. Don't do that in a headshot session though. Especially what I mean by don't do that in a headshot session, I don't mean don't try new things during the headshot session. I mean, don't try new things right before the headshot session, okay? So that means like the day before when you're getting ready, don't suddenly decide, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll shave off my beard. Or maybe I'll before my headshot session, go get a really advanced hairstyle. Or maybe I'll get like heavier makeup on than usual. Or I had one story when I was first starting out where a client wore, for the first time ever, she tried a leave-in conditioner for her hair. And then during the whole shoot, her hair just looked greasy because she'd never tried it before, so she didn't know what the results would be. Don't try new things right before your session because you never know if something gets messed up. Like don't get a haircut, for instance, the day before your headshot session. Or don't buy brand new glasses. These are things that you don't know how they're going to look. You need to do this stuff at least like a week or two in advance so you have time to fix it if something gets messed up, okay? So if you are going to try something new, try it new and give yourself enough time. Otherwise, don't do brand new things right before your session, but once you come in for your session, then try new things and be experimental and have fun with it. Okay, but don't do anything that's like permanent, like when you get to your session, don't be like, oh, you know what, now that I'm here, maybe I'll try going for all serious shots today because I've always done smiles in the past, like have fun and be experimental, but don't do something that's too limiting for yourself, like getting something done that you can't change later on, all right? Hopefully I explained that properly. And the last thing that goes right off of this is experiment when you're on camera and try all kinds of stuff that you normally think wouldn't work. So for instance, try going for like that kind of expression or like like be crazy with it. I mean, these days we shoot digital anyway, so we can delete all the unusable shots, or you could just take some fun photos. Most photographers, if they're, friendly and cool, they should let you or be okay with letting you do some crazy pictures that you can post on your social media page, Always do that in your session. At least at one point, ask the photographer, hey, can I make a few crazy faces? And then post those onto your social media page. It'll feel less like, oh, I'm full of myself because I'm posting my professional headshot on social media. No, your friends will comment and be like, oh, that's a funny picture, and you'll just look like a regular person doing something fun. Try those during your shoot, those funny expressions, try experimenting because that will either A, make you laugh, which will lead to a great smile, or B, it will at least just make you more comfortable and okay with messing things up. Since we shoot digital, we can just delete all the unusable photos anyway. You don't need to worry about that stuff. Just have fun, be experimental, and apply these 5 tips. If you can apply these 5 tips, pretty much no matter who you shoot with, as long as they understand the technical details of shooting headshots, you should get some really, really great shots that you can use and that will be effective. All right. If you have any great tips of how you've made your own headshot session even more successful than it was in the past, feel free to email or comment below. As always, I will get back to you. People can start a conversation about this. Definitely click the subscribe button because I have more videos coming out each day. And as always, live with purpose.